Welcome to Move with Freedom Yoga. My name is Michelle, and in today's session, we're going to be dedicating this practice to the deities of yoga and some of the postures that I'm going to be doing in the short yoga practice are going to correspond with the deities that inspire the movement. And so to start with 3 breaths, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, just to start the practice. And then second breath, inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Then one more time, inhale and exhale.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda.
Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, fortune, power, beauty, fertility, and prosperity. She is associated with the lotus flower and the foundational pose lotus or Padmasana. Lotus pose helps to improve circulation in the lower spine, stretch the ankles, legs, and improve hip flexibility. The roots of the sacred lotus flower start in muddy waters, but the beautiful flower rises on the surface of the water. The lotus pose represents rising above grime and filth to elevate oneself. And so while you sit in lotus pose with your legs crossed, continue to hold your body in stillness. Let's take our left arm over to the right side and then come over to the left. And then we'll take a forward fold, bending the elbows and breathing into this posture. Now plant the hands behind the back and open up the chest, letting the forehead and the throat open up. Switching the legs through boat pose and assuming a cross-leg position the other way. Taking a twist to the right, left hand on the right knee. Then coming back through center, switching right hand on left knee. And then arms up, forward fold. Taking a beautiful stretch to the lower back. And then a last stretch open.
Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe Radhe Radhe
Saraswati. Saraswati is the goddess of knowledge and the arts. This goddess is associated with the common pairing of cat and cow poses. Cat and cow poses help to warm up the body, the spine, through flexion and extension, improves posture, body awareness, and focus. I also paired it here with a spinal balance, with the right leg going back and the left arm going forward. And then switching sides, left leg back, right arm forward, to elicit the trunk strength and stability. And then back through cats and cows. This is also a great way to connect the breath to movement patterns.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda.
This pose is sun salutations, or it's actually a sequence. And it is represented by the sun god Surya, which is an avatar for Shiva. He's considered the creator of the universe and the source of all life. The sun salutation improves attention, body awareness, strength, flexibility. It helps to practice breath to movement and improves endurance. Sun salutations bring the mind, body, and spirit in union. And it helps the yogi to all at once feel relaxed, energetic, and rejuvenated. So here from our downward facing dog, we're going to step the body forward into a forward fold, and then reach the arms up overhead. Arms up, inhale, big breath, touch down towards your toes. We'll take a flat back on an inhale, and then come back to a plank position, lowering slowly down to the floor, and then coming up. As you see here, I'm in an upward or a high cobra, and then back to that beautiful downward facing dog. I'm going to take a few breaths in this downward facing dog, and then step forward and repeat the sequence, raising the arms up overhead, and then back to mountain pose, hands at heart center. So this repetition of movement allows you to focus in on your inner person, teaches you to be strong, and it improves your endurance and stamina. So back to downward facing dog. One breath, inhale, exhale. And again, inhaling and exhale. Coming to the front of the space with a hop, halfway lift, fold, down to root down through the heels as you rise up, and then hands land in your beautiful heart center.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda.
Kali is the goddess of time, change, and empowerment. She is associated with the asana goddess pose. This pose tones the pelvic floor muscles, opens the chest, and stimulates the respiratory and cardiovascular systems. Goddess pose engages the abdominal and lower body muscles, and it can elicit a sense of inner strength. So, moving through our goddess pose, bending the knees, taking the arms out 90 degrees, and lifting one heel at a time. First the right, then the left. And then bringing hands to heart center. And now bending at the knees, bringing the arms down towards the floor and rising up. Taking deep breaths as the arms separate overhead and bringing the palms back to heart center. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Take a side bend to the right side and then up to center and then flowing over to the left. And both arms will come up overhead. And then a forward fold, bringing the top of the head as close to the floor as possible before we rise halfway and then all the way up. And then taking a balanced movement back to the front of the space and landing our bodies back to mountain pose. And as we conclude this deity sequence flow, come through a mountain pose, then to flat back, hands to the floor. We'll go through some cats and cow poses, inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. Crossing the ankles behind, coming into that beginning posture. We're going to end as we began with a modified lotus pose, reaching the arms overhead and then side bend to the right side. Coming through center, then going over to the left. Easing the arms down onto the floor, bringing the hands now back overhead, and then opening the chest and the throat, looking up towards the ceiling for chest opening posture. And then down towards the floor for a forward fold. So our deities teach us strength and stamina. They talk about love, arts, knowledge, and wisdom. These are attributes that we want to bring not only into our practice, but into our lives. One more heart opener. And then hands down to the floor for that forward fold. Can even be thought of as a surrender of self to our practice and to what we learn as we elicit the traits of the deities. Enjoying the stillness of the practice. May you have peaceful thoughts. Peaceful and uplifting and kind words. And then finally, hands to your heart. May you always lead with love. One last embrace of self, and be well.